Have you ever found yourself wondering, why do some women effortlessly attract emotionally mature, high-value men, while others keep running into the same patterns, ghosting, coldness, indifference, or complete emotional unavailability? Why do some relationships flow, while others feel like an uphill battle from day one? If you've ever looked in the mirror and whispered, "Is it something I'm doing or not doing?" you're not alone. And here's the truth. No one tells you. Sometimes the reason you're not attracting the love you desire isn't because you're not beautiful enough, smart enough, or lovable enough. It's because of subtle habits, little ways you show up, speak, act, and respond that slowly chip away at connection, and you don't even realize it. Today, I want to shine a soft light on those invisible blocks, the habits that push emotionally available, masculine men away, and more importantly, how to replace them with warmth, power, and magnetism. So, stay with me till the very end, because what you're about to hear could change how men respond to you for the rest of your life. And if you're someone who values emotional honesty, feminine power, and real love, then go ahead and subscribe right now. This space is for you. Let's grow together. Picture this. You're carrying 4 heavy grocery bags, your phone is ringing, and the wind is blowing your hair into your face. A man nearby, maybe a potential date, maybe your boyfriend, offers to help. And you say almost instinctively, "No thanks, I've got it." Seems harmless, right? But for masculine men, this moment is everything, because the truth is, masculine energy needs to provide, protect, and support. Not because they think you're weak, but because it's how they connect, it's how they feel valuable. When you constantly wave away help, always lead the way, always insist, "I'm fine," you're unknowingly signaling there's no space for you here. It's not that he won't like you, he just won't feel needed. And a man who doesn't feel needed slowly detaches. You might think, "But I want to be seen as independent, not needy." And that's valid, but being open to receiving doesn't make you weak. It makes you emotionally intelligent. It shows you value partnership, not just survival. Start small. Say yes when he offers to carry something. Let him choose the restaurant once in a while. Ask for advice even if you already know the answer. These moments soften your energy and invite his masculinity to rise. You're not giving away power, you're sharing it. You're not yelling, you're not slamming doors, but something about your vibe feels unwelcoming. Your tone is tight. Your eyes hold suspicion. Your smile is rare. And even when you're saying thank you, it feels like you're holding back. This is what I call energetic harshness, a low-key armor of resentment, irritability, or guardedness. And trust me, men feel it. Especially masculine men. They're not drawn to perfection or constant cheerfulness, but they are drawn to emotional softness. So if every interaction feels like a courtroom debate, if every compliment is followed by a dig, if your default is sarcasm, suspicion, or cold judgment, he will retreat. And I get it. This harshness often comes from hurt, from the men who disappointed you, from childhood wounds, from the fear of being vulnerable again. But here's the truth. Walls don't protect you from pain. They protect you from love. Start softening. Speak slower, make eye contact, let your facial muscles relax. Let your voice rise and fall like music, not monotone. Let kindness flow, not performatively, but from your heart. Because when a man feels emotionally safe around you, he'll want to stay close, not just physically, but soul to soul. You're on a date. He planned it. He chose the place. You walk in, and the first thing you say is, "Oh, it's kinda loud in here," or, they don't have the wine I like." You didn't mean anything by it. But in his world, that's a gut punch. Masculine men are wired to want to win with you, to impress you, make you happy. So when every small comment feels like a subtle fail, he withdraws. This doesn't mean you can't be honest. It means be mindful. Are your words building up or tearing down? Let's go deeper. Subtle complaining doesn't just show up on dates, it leaks into everyday life. You talk about your job, but it always sounds draining. You talk about your friend, but with irritation. You talk about your ex, but with unresolved pain. Over time, this trains a man to feel emotionally burdened. He no longer looks forward to your voice, he anticipates negativity, even when you don't mean it. Practice shifting into appreciation. Instead of, "It's cold in here," say, "I love how cozy your jacket looks." Instead of, "Work is the worst," say, "Today challenged me, but I'm grateful for the lesson." Words shape energy, and your energy shapes attraction. Let's say you meet a great guy. You want to impress him, so you lead with your resume. You talk about your degrees, your promotion, your side hustle, your charity work. You're proud, and rightfully so. But here's the secret no one tells you. Masculine men don't fall in love with your resume. They fall in love with your essence, your joy, your softness, your playfulness, the way your eyes sparkle when you talk about your childhood dog, the way you giggle at your own silly jokes. That's the energy they crave. Yes, your accomplishments are incredible, and a secure man will admire them. But don't confuse respect with romantic pull. They're different. So when you're with him, lean into your humanity. Tell stories, be silly, be real. Let him feel your heart, not just your resume, because that's what creates emotional glue. That's what makes him think of you long after the date is over. Not your LinkedIn bio, but your laughter echoing in his memory. This one is subtle, but deadly to intimacy. It shows up in phrases like, "I can do it better." "You're wrong. I told you so." Even when it's said playfully, the energy is clear. "I must win." And here's the problem. When a woman tries to constantly win, the man feels like he's losing. And masculine men don't stay where they constantly feel defeated. This habit is often rooted in fear. Fear that if you don't prove yourself, you won't be respected. Fear that if you don't control the conversation, you'll be overlooked. Fear that if you don't challenge him, he'll dominate you. But love isn't war. You don't have to beat him to be seen. You don't have to outsmart him to be valued. Connection comes from complementing each other, not competing. Let his masculinity rise while yours softens, not as a sign of weakness, but as a sacred dance of balance. You don't need to be better. You need to be you, fully, openly, and lovingly. At the core of all these habits is a woman who's been hurt, who's had to be strong for too long, who's tired of disappointment, who doesn't trust softness anymore. She's always on. She never rests. She over-explains, over-plans, overthinks. She carries her pain in silence and calls it strength. But here's the truth. That's not power. That's exhaustion. And men feel it. Masculine men are drawn to lightness, Not because they expect you to be carefree all the time, but because your light reminds them of their own strength. It gives them something to protect, to pour into, to love. You don't have to fix everything. You don't have to be everything. You just have to come home to yourself, to your joy, to your heart, to the softness you buried long ago. And when you do, you won't have to chase a man anymore. He'll find you and he'll stay. If you've seen yourself in any of these habits, please don't shame yourself. We all carry protective patterns. They once kept us safe, but now they're just keeping us lonely. You are not broken. You are becoming. And love, real love, starts the moment you drop the mask and choose vulnerability over perfection. So here's your invitation. Start softening, start trusting, start allowing, and above all, start receiving the love you were always worthy of. Thank you very much for being with me till the end. Your time, your presence, your heart. It means more than you know. If this touched something deep inside you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a heart in the comments if you're still here, and let's keep this journey going together. And yes, if you want more emotionally rich, heart-centered content like this, please subscribe and join our growing circle of women reclaiming their softness, strength, and worth. You deserve love that feels like home. And I'll be right here, waiting to walk with you again. Until next time, take care of your heart.